Okay, I'm back. I forgot to make it public when I came back. So y'all didn't know I was back, so I'm really been back twice. Some of these folks in their cars that want to make them sound like hot rods should have looked and seen what time it was before I got in on me. Poor people. Somebody tell me what time it is and what time zone you're in. I meant to look before I got on here. Back down to three and one thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. Now we'll get the other two to speak up. All right, the chat should be on. It's 3:50. Thank you, Don. Now where are you at? That's probably Eastern time, ain't it? Texas time, 3:42. So it's 4:42 here. Thank you, Tramp. I burnt some trash today. It's still smoking and stinking. I'll be glad when it's done. Sorry about that having to leave. Had a phone call, had to take care of. Cigarette smoke is bad enough without that nonsense. Big old Suburban. So what's everybody doing exciting? Saddle Tramp, what the hell you doing? You building bicycles or what are you doing? One of these days you need to build me and Grandma a side-by-side trike. I know, you don't do that no more. Ralph, what's going on with you? Don, West Texas, got you. Thanks, sir. Thank you, JJ. You can smell California from there? You're hauling cattle to Waco. Yeah, I kind of like Waco. I'd like to go down there and spend a little bit of time. We watched the Fixer Uppers, and they've got that restaurant down there. Oh, you can just add dollars to it. I understand. I'm starting to play around up here with the marketplace, trying to figure it out up here. I had it figured out down there in Texas where I had a few places I was putting stuff up. What up, Jim Dunn? Oh, I got you, Jim. I shared that one post of yours. It cracked me up when I read that. Really? The 212, that'll make that little track scoot on down the street. You gonna keep pushing them locals, they gonna ticket your ass. You gotta put pedals on it just so that you can cut the motor off when they're coming. You can be pedaling it. They'll be saying, "Damn, that old man can paddle fast. Look at him go." Then they're gonna give you a ticket and tell you it's against the law to pedal ass in that part of town. So, Jim, did you watch that debate last night? Some of y'all hit that thumbs up for me. Uh-huh. Seen Jim did a picture of his dog. I can't think of his name. What is the name of your dog? I can't think of it right now. It's a pretty cool German Shepherd. They went out for a 3-mile walk. The dog looked tired. But I imagine he was hot. He got a pretty heavy coat on him. And he probably walked closer to 4 miles because you know he was getting off the trail to sniff and smell. Yeah, that's how me and Grandma was. We just sat there and shook our head. She called Biden a liar a few times. She's calling Biden out on some nonsense. Zeus, that's his name, that's right. He'll make about 10 of my little, damn, I can't even think of his name, Bandit. Boy, that sometimer's kicking my ass. Now, what do you mean Don handed me my ass? Let's see. He said 10-4 there. Don was very nice, thank you very much. Now I'm in Georgia. Have a good day, JJ. See, now that's the individual. Me and him do not agree politically, but he's nothing but nice and polite. You know, he didn't go attacking and slandering and calling names. That's the way it should be. No, me and him had a pretty good conversation in that last little live stream I did a few minutes ago. He just has some issues about the travel bans, and we discussed them. We was both polite. We both stated our opinions. Nobody got rude and mad. That's how it should be. I like having conversations like that. I didn't change his mind, obviously, and he didn't change mine. However, we still had a decent conversation. Oh, so anybody doing anything exciting and fun? I'm here trying to wear the rockers out on this chair. Just put that pork loin in to cook. I hear you, tramp. Remember, I don't carry a gun to protect me. I carry it to protect you. You would not want to come in this door or window here. You're coming to my house? Good luck. Actually, my house is up for sale. Anybody want to buy 4.5 acres in southeast Texas? If Tramp would get up all that money he's got stashed away, he could buy it twice over. Got a little hill over here by a tree that, can y'all see it? Raked that out pretty good yesterday, where they had a stump that they ground out of there. I went ahead and raked it in the dirt. It's been a while, almost a year since they ground it. It's pretty firm. I got a little hand tiller over there. I tilled it up and raked it down. Keep looking at it, debating if I need to do more. Oh, JJ didn't sneak off. Well, same to you, JJ. You heard me giving you flowers, man. Well, don't nobody live on my land, man. Now, I sold the 4 acres, and he sold it to the neighbor. Now, that neighbor's talking about buying it. Same to you, JJ. God bless. But yeah, that neighbor that bought my other 4 acres over there, he ended up with it. He's wanting it. You don't want out in San Diego, man. You're too old to be out there. You'd have a heart attack seeing all them girls walk around on the beach. Oh, me, oh my. I got about an hour before I need to go look at that pork loin, I guess. Yeah, I was out there in the 70s. Well, now it's hard to argue about the weather out there. Now, I was a jarhead out there part of that time. And I can tell you now, you put on a full field gear and go humping out through them damn hills, and that sand is hard to deal with. Yeah, big truck. There's a stop sign there. Well, I can't. There he is. He made it. I've seen them dip them trailers into them ditches. That ain't the best route. This isn't no truck route around here. Both these streets. But I see one or two every day come down through here. Road trucks and locals. Yeah, it's called Mississippi roast. Real easy to fix. Stormy could put it on of a morning. Let me finish reading what you said. Yep. What it is, Jim. Now the recipe I read is for a 3-pound roast. However, I've done it with up to a 5-pound roast, and it still turned out great. But get your roast. Put you about a half a cup of water in your crock pot. Put your roast in there with the meat or fat side down. Have you one of them envelopes of the original ranch dressing, the dry mix stuff. And have you a envelope of the au jus, which is a gravy. Stormy will know what it is. But you pour that ranch on there first. Just shake it all over top of that roast. You do the same thing with the au jus. And then we put some peppers, banana peppers and whatnot around the edge of it. There wasn't a whole lot of room left in there. They call for some kind of fancy Italian pepper that we can't get around here, or I don't know where it is. But you set that on low and you let it cook for about 8 hours. When you turn it off in 8 hours, that thing will pull apart like pulled pork. You pick it up out of there, and then you have a lot of liquids in there that made your au jus. And dude, it's good. I mean, like I said the other day when I was talking about it, I've made it probably 4 or 5 times. And we love it around here. I didn't do it with this pork loin because I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So it's a matter of just getting her done. It ain't a big deal. Get up 15, 20 minutes earlier than normal and put it on the crock pot before she goes to work. When she comes home, kabam, there it is. And if it cooks 9 hours instead of 8, oh well. Even if it cooks 10, oh well, it just gets a little bit doner. But good stuff, man. Damn good stuff. Y'all hit that thumbs up for me on there. Yeah, it's the easy one to put on Saturday morning and go outside and play with the kids. I do have the recipe somewhere. I'll try to find it and remember to send it to you. Aldi's is good, Tramp. I've been going to Aldi's for 20 plus years. They was really cheap in the beginning, but now they're slowly getting more and more stuff in there. And you do have to do a little comparison shopping, but Aldi's is normally pretty damn cheap. No. Send me a message later, Jim, and remind me to send you that. 'Cause I'll send it in one of the messengers. I never know which one. I ain't very good at that. So check both your message boxes later on. You thought it was an auto parts store? Nope. It's a grocery store. Now, one thing about Aldi's, you got to take a couple quarters with you. I forget if it's a quarter or 50 cents you got to put in there. Their carts locked together. And you also have to take your own bags. They don't have bags or you have to buy them. I got to get out of this sun. Let's see. I ain't forgot y'all. I'm arranging me a sitting spot. Oh, let's put y'all right over here. That's a good place for you. Now you can watch the traffic that I've been watching. You barely can see it. Carlos, what's up? Got me on your laptop. What's the weight limit on that laptop? You got saddlebags and a quarter for the phone. I understand. What up, Charles? No, I ain't on a 34. I'm on something else. We'll have to find a name for what I'm on. It's called being a lazy guy. Someone asked me earlier if this was still a trucker's channel. Well, this is a whatever we want to talk about channel. Catch me on the right time, I'll be preaching at you. That's a fact. Carlos, did you try that Mississippi rump? A Mississippi roast? Yeah, any of that'll work. Me and Jim Dunn was just talking about it. He was wanting it. He caught the tail end of it the other day. I don't know why he didn't go back and watch the rest of the video. Well, Jim, he knows where I'm at. All you got to do is come talk to me. Nope. They're too busy saying that we can't do what we've done, Tramp. That's what I'm trying to do, Charles. Mama and the son been trying to get me out of that truck for a long time. To be honest with you, I'm starting to go bored. In storage. We went to the storage today and got some I'm fixing to start trying to sell. Told her we're going to downsize, we might as well just get her done. Well, Don, there's a couple of old school truckers on here. Me and Tramp and Carlos. Carlos ain't quite as old as us other two, but he's been playing around a while. Enough that he's seen what we did. I think he was too scared to do what me and Tramp did. Sissy. Well, they're too damn busy stopping at taco trucks. I know, only on days ending with Y. And as Carlos said, it's not racist if it's true. So don't go hollering I'm racist. Well, and that is it, Charles. Uh, I tell a story about our kids when they was teenagers and still home. And they would get ready to go to bed 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I'd be up. I was there just getting me into the computers and into chat rooms. Those that remember the chat rooms, they used to be fun. I was into a real good chat room for truck drivers. And I'd be up on the computer in that chat room when they went to bed. Then when they started getting up 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, well, I think 7 they was already leaving. I'd be up in that in my little office on the chat room. And they're like, "Damn, Dad, don't you ever sleep?" And I'm like, "Done did." Back when we used to only sleep 4 hours at a time, could not sleep more than that. Well, with old rules of service, 4 hour breaks twice a day, you was trucking. Oh, I used to stop up in the morning before the sun come up. I'd get my 4 hours. I'd drive all day, stop just before rush hour traffic or before the sun started going down. And I'd get my 4 hours. Gone. And a lot of times it wasn't full 4 hours because you had to grab a meal or a shower or, that kind of nonsense. That's why when they started this 10-hour break stuff, there was a bunch of us that went nuts. It was like, what the hell do you do with 10 hours? Well, we learned how to manipulate that. Then they started the computer logging. That stopped a lot of the manipulation. $1993. Dude, 90 Saddle Tramp, what was you doing in 93? That's a fact, Carlos. And just so you know, Don, me and Carlos pretty damn tight. You see, he's got a blue name. That's so that I'll know when he comes on here, so I'll know to attack. Oh, tells me that he's a Democrat, and I know to get him. Oh, he is a big supporter of Biden. Yeah, there's several of them that have exemptions to it. Oh, I never ran 3 logbooks. That was against the law. All you ever found in my truck was 1 logbook, and it was current. Okay. How much money have you sent to Biden? I can just see you last night during the debate. You were cheering him on. Somebody got to pick at you, my brother. Everybody else scared of you and the Mexican mafia. I got Bandito and Grandma to protect me. I ain't scared. He came to visit us in Texas. It was cool. You was smelling cow poo in '93? I hear you. Well, I was getting out of prison and climbing into the truck in the early '90s. But I stayed consistent after at it. Actually, Joe did pretty good last night on staying awake. Grandma pointed out, as we watched all of it, that when Trump would start talking, you'd see Biden lay his head down and close his eyes. You know, and she's waiting on him to fall asleep. She said, he ain't sleeping. He's listening to an earpiece. He's got a damn earpiece, and they're coaching him. There was a couple of times while Trump attacked him, them eyes just fluttered. I can't even do it. They fluttered so fast. I told Grandma, he's fixing to lose it. He's fixing to go off. A 79 Mac. I started in the International. And it was probably about a 70, no, it would have been an 80 something. So I started with J.B. Hunt. Learned quick, fast, in a hurry. We didn't get along. Well, see, Carlos, that's my whole thing is I wish Trump would have just shut up and let him lost track of where he was. Because he can't keep track of what he's talking about. And Chris, he kept bailing him out. Well, that's what I was in with in cab over. Now, I've got the shin marks to prove it. I got the damn bone splurs still floating around in my shins. Grab a hold of that handle and bail out of there and crack one of them damn lug nuts with my shins. Oh, that hurt. Now, the doghouse didn't get me. Now, I did like that gear shifter up on top of the doghouse. That I did. It was right there, and good armrest. You're lucky if your AC worked all the time. Well, that's a good deal. 99 Freightliner, is that what you're driving, or are you restoring it? See, we just got into that the other night about some of these old trucks. And ain't nothing wrong with getting you an old truck. I wouldn't go OTR with an old truck. McLean, Texas to Chicago and back. And Chicago used to be fun. It didn't used to be as dangerous as it is now. All right, and if you kept your head about you, your wits about you. Oh. Oh man, a cracked doghouse? Are you kidding me? You've been driving it for 2 years. That's cool. Are you local? Go to my Facebook, Simple Living with Papa Joe Facebook, and share some pictures of it with us. Or if you want, do a video of it on your phone, inside and out. Make sure you give me permission to share it in the video. Verbally say you're giving me permission to share it, and I'll have Carlos or Little Joe download it and put it up where everybody else can see it. Edinburgh, Texas. Out there around Willie. Y'all know Willie used to have a truck stop, right? The truck stop's still there. He rebuilt it. It burnt down like twice, I think. It belonged to a friend of his. And it burnt down, and Willie went in partners with him and built it up. Oh. Well, even if he does a lot of pictures, you can do that picture slide thing, Carlos, and put that up with one of the approved music things off here or something. Maybe a little thing underneath telling the what year it was and everything. Me and Grandma doing a little bit of fall stuff around here and a little Halloween stuff. Nothing drastic. She got her a couple of ghosts up. There's one of them. Then in the flower pot, she's got a half a dozen of them cornstalk people, whatever they call them. She got a little flag over there on the other side. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gary, Indiana used to be a place you could get anything and some things you didn't want. They all got took over by the thugs. A bunch of damn dealers and stealing and nonsense. Shit, I remember when you used to pull up on the fuel island, tell them what you want, and you go inside and pay the girl at the counter, tell her what pump you're at, go in and get your shower or order your meal, and once they got done, if your truck wasn't in the way, they left it there. If it wasn't in the way, they would move it, come in, give you the keys, tell you where they locked it up, parked it and locked it up at. So there was one over there running from Chicago East, over there by the turnpike. Something City, I can't think of it. Right there at the foot of a big old pretty hill. That's a pretty good place too. But boy, I can't think the name of it. It's still around. It ain't as popular as it used to be. A lot of the old places ain't because they didn't sell out to all these major truck stop people. There have been so many times in the last few years I'd be talking about a good old place, Raccoon Valley. Used to love going to Raccoon Valley. Good victuals and the whole bit. And I got over there and damn Pilot had bought them out. They tore down the old truck stop, and that's all parking on that side. And on the other side, that used to be the excess parking, that's where they put the truck stop. Just a typical Pilot truck stop. Mount Eagle, Jellicoe. They was all good truck stops. Fifth Wheel out in Bakersfield. Then what was that other one? The 3-7? It might have been Tramp. I can't remember. If I hear the name of it, I'll know it. I ain't been over that neck in the woods in forever. And it don't bother me a whole lot. Watching my chair to see when that sun gets off of it. Sun wasn't so hot it would just right in my eyes. All right, we've been on here 35 minutes. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to run in there and check my little roast. I might put Carlos in charge of the class so y'all behave while I'm gone. Because I might be gone 3 or 5 minutes. A lot of squirrels around here. Think I can go squirrel hunting? A lot of damn houses and cars. My luck, I wouldn't see a damn squirrel like that one. He's over there towards the neighbors. Oh, I doubt if he would mind. But I ain't gonna do it on this tape. Boy, it's a true saddle tramp. What was that Sevens truck stop out west? 3 sevens or something. I think that was in like Arizona or something. Well, and then you had the two reservation truck stops out there. Can't think name them off the top of my head either. Man, that one. Yeah, no, it ain't in Phoenix. Phoenix ain't got no good truck stops. Yeah, there's stuff he needs to do around here. But he got shallow pockets. Might have been Eloy. Eloy, that's Petro and a Flying J and something else out there. Ain't that where 10 and 5 split off? Or 10 and 8? 10 and 8 split off. Ain't that Eloy? Oh, don't even talk to me about Streak and Beacon. Now the sisters truck wash. Hello. When they first started up, they had girls working there too, and boy did they get the business. That put a hurting on Streak and Beacon. Then they started giving all them big companies a discount. That was all before computers, man. I remember when computers started coming into the industry. I can tell some nightmare stories about that nonsense. Well, Carlos, I was telling him I'm doing a little yard work right there behind me. That was a big old mound that I loosened up and flattened out. Got a few of them around here. This little slow rain we've had the last few days has got his grass growing again. I'm going to give it a couple of days and I'm going to mow it again. Won't be long, I'll start making it where it's decent looking. Oh, I need to scavenge a little bit of dirt around here. Them pavers in the ground there, you can tell on the ones up top, I put some extra dirt around them. Did a little bit of floating it out where I stand a chance of just driving over it, cutting it with my mower instead of these grandbabies having to weed eat it. The only way I'm getting them to do any damn work is explaining to them how it's going to save them work in the long run. Dadgummit, tramp. Ladies weren't all bad, dude. I did pretty good on that bobcat at my house. You know, them other two crazy guys that got out there with a backhoe and got all gung-ho. We need a bobcat here real bad. Y'all want to give him a housewarming gift? Rent him a bobcat for a day. And I guarantee told you I'd be going to work on both these ditches. He's actually got 3 ditches that need to be floated out better than they are. That's all right, Carlos. Them kids was helping unload mine and grandma's stuff, and they seen a box marked Atari. Damn, that's worth a lot of money. Is that really an Atari? Yeah, it's a complete set. Couple dozen games with it. Oh wow, really? Yeah. I don't know what Atari sell for, but a couple of them, I call them kids. They're in their mid 20s. They was tripping. They don't know how much fun Pong really was, huh? Oh, Little Rock's a trip. But now out there where the truck stops are, the old petrol and all that, it really ain't changed that much. Now there's a black dude that had a barbecue joint there. He was actually from Texas. And man, that barbecue was good. Me and Grandma stopped there a lot. We'd both get us a plate, eat it right there. He had a picnic table out there. Then we'd get us a big old plate to go or two for dinner that night. I was told that the health department came in harassing him. And I look and I see I see a little trailer over there. I don't know if that's still him, if he appeased them with whatever they wanted, which I'm sure was running water and all that. But I went through there more than once, and there'd be a big old traffic jam because you got that road merging just past them, and there'd be a wreck, and traffic would be pretty much at a standstill. And he'd be on the CB selling his sandwiches and whatnot. And after a few minutes, you'd see a pickup go down the service road. It would stop. He would jump the fence with his victuals, take it out there to the truck driver sitting out there in that traffic jam. That's motivation. So, and it was good barbecue. If it wasn't, me and Grandma wouldn't have kept going back. That's something that Jim Dunn needs to go check out, but he probably ain't on here no more. Really revamped, huh? What does the original one sell for, Carlos? We had dreams of keeping all them old game sets of the kids, and we was gonna set them all up in a game room for the grandbabies so they could see the history of how they came around. But they're all wrapped up into these new ones. They see this old stuff and it's like, really? What is that? Can y'all amuse each other for a few minutes while I go check some meat in the oven? I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to try to switch back over to my regular chair. Maybe see if that sun is far enough past that tree there. Oh, it's a little bit better. Maybe if I put you all over here where I'm not looking into it, that might help. We only lost a couple people. Uh-huh. The retro one says it sells for about 60 bucks. Oh. This arm just goes numb on me. Starts tingling. So I can't use it a whole lot. So I have to put you back over here. Whether I like it or not. Nope, you can't see me there. So that's out of the way of the thingamadoogie. The rocker, 9 rock. Just a rocking. Bunch of kids going by yelling and carrying on. I guess they're having fun. If everyone would just get along, this crap would stop. Okay. I ain't out stealing stuff and getting shot or harassing the bears. I'll leave that for the younger generation. You know, they was hollering today about Trump not jumping on the white supremacists and all that nonsense. Well, you didn't hear Joe Biden get on BLM or Antifa. He said Antifa was just some make-believe stuff. There's a day cab Peterbilt, and he's a rollback. Nope, that's a Freightliner. I want to be Peterbilt. All kinds of chicken lights. Going through some of our stuff, getting ready to move up here, I came across a bunch of my old chicken lights. I got to decide what I'm going to do with them. They're obsolete for selling and putting on a truck. Maybe I'll keep them and wire them onto a truck I get. I'm just sitting there watching traffic, waiting on y'all to say something. Yep, rockin' Robin. Used to know a girl by the name of Robin. She hated when I'd start singing that to her. Hanging your hat in Texas. And now, J. Rod, I'm in Georgia. The LEDs ain't all bad. Of course, they have their shortcomings too. Don't think they don't. Talking to my brother, my oldest brother. He was getting back into trucking. He had been in it for a couple years and went to prison. Did, I don't know, 5 years in prison and then got out. Did another 5 or 10 years doing computer stuff. And he got back into trucking. he started trying to tell me stuff about trucking. You know, he's my oldest brother. He's supposed to have a clue. Of course, by the time he got back in it, I had pretty much 20 years under my belt of salad trucking. That was all about the time LEDs was coming out real good. A lot of rumors out there that they wouldn't allow you to have LEDs because they wouldn't melt the snow off of your lights. I got news for you. Your regular lights didn't either. And if it was a light snow, maybe, but a good solid storm, no. Well, then he got telling me that they was going to outlaw them because people couldn't tell if it was a building or a truck. I'm like, brother, if they can't tell difference between a building and a truck, they don't need to be on the highway. What do I think about Detroit's? Well, I'll tell you now, on that old truck you got, if that's a Detroit 60 series, you need to keep hold of it. And you need to buy you another one for a backup. Detroit 60 was one of the most popular motors out there and one of the best. For them to quit making it was a mess up, a mistake in my opinion. Now, I understand that they was having trouble with it and the pollution nonsense. But that old Detroit 60 series, that was a good motor. And I'll tell you something else, Don, if you know the sounds of your motors, when you watch these truck movies, you listen to that motor they got in it, and over 80% of them is a Detroit. The old 60 series. That motor is out forever. Oh. Now, don't get me wrong, I like that little Cat 4 1/4. You put a 13-speed behind it, and that was a pretty good setup there. But overall, the Cat, to me, was overpriced. It's kind of like the name Peterbilt. It's overpriced because of the name. But I had that little not day cab, but a little short cab. Not much more than a coffin sleeper on it. Had that 4 1/4, 13-speed. That's what I drive when I met Grandma. Oh. Boy, I used to run Chicago back then. I'd come out of them damn toll booths and I'd be pouring the coal to it and that black smoke would be rolling. All them modern day drivers out there be on the CB tell me how that was so terrible and they was going to shut me down and ticket me. And yeah, I don't like the pack motor. Losing money for them not breaking down. I hear you. I got to put this over here. That sun's killing me. I just have to reach across. Yep. Now, how many of you are old enough to remember shooting flames out the stacks? You know, they do that at a lot of the car shows nowadays. But now they'll flood out their engine to do it. And a lot of them will put a spark plug in their exhaust where they can hit a little igniter button. And that causes the sparks. In our trucks, that wasn't the case. What up, William Mark? Come on in and holler howdy. Question is, are you still trucking? Oh, I knew you remembered Tramp, you old fart. I hear you, Don. Back in the day, if you wasn't shooting flames, you wasn't trucking. Heading to Texas. Well, in my opinion, that's a damn good way to be heading. It don't matter if you was east or west or north. If you was south, that ain't a good thing because you'd be leaving Texas. And so many of them cry about that run across I-10 in Texas. I don't see what their problem is. Me, I love it. Set that cruise on 75 and let her ride. Burn up somebody else's fuel. Let her go. And there was a time or two I might have said it a little faster than that, but you know, I ain't going to say that on here. Yeah, I don't mind I-10. There's a old mom and pop still out there. Can't remember the name of it. As you're coming east, you just get past the I-20 split, and it ain't but, I don't know, half hour or so, and there you are. It's up there on your left, on the north side. Not through Big Bend to my knowledge. Not that you're allowed on, if you're in a big truck. I don't know, Carlos. I ain't heard about it. Tramp, you heard anything there about that? He's down there in Houston. I was just talking to some family, well, last night and today, and ain't neither one of them said anything, but they're 45 miles north. One of them is on their own water on a private well. And the other one's on a small local city water, so they ain't had the issues. Well, and I believe it's a mess. They got flooded again. It wasn't as bad as Harvey, but from my understanding, they got flooded. And you know, with all that nonsense that people throw away and throw out, you go getting that flood water into your water system, yeah, you can have an issue. I'm surprised more cities hasn't had more issues than they did. I mean, look at how Louisiana and Mississippi got going. Did it kill a kid? Is that how they figured out it was bacteria? Lake Jackson. Brain-eating bacteria, a microbe. That don't surprise me. But don't worry, they'll starve out pretty damn quick. Especially there in the city. Oops, did I say that out loud? That's how I am, Tramp. I don't drink water. Fish go potty in it, they have sex in it, no. Well, if they lifted it, then it's not there. They got it taken care of except Lake Jackson. Now, I guarantee you, they have some nonsense like that going, they'll be all over it. Beer is safe? Huh. What up, Cole? No, dude. I used to love trucking overnight. I used to get out there and get running with a half a dozen folks. Would be shooting a bull and would eat them miles up all night long. One or two would fall off, one or two more would join in. Sometimes you ended up with a dozen plus trucks just a rolling. And back when the speed limit was 55 everywhere, That got to be fun too. But even back then, the cops and stuff left us alone for the most part, unless you was stupid. You know, that like Ohio was notorious for busting drivers. But if you got in a good convoy, oh, well, I'm sorry, a good parade coming down out of Detroit, yeah, buddy. Between the dozen or so people running, we all had modern electronics. And back then, you could count on the other drivers to give you a warning. The only time I ever got in any trouble was in Ohio, coming down out of Detroit. Just me and the mailman running together. There was a whole bunch of trucks going north. Cop right in the middle of them, and nobody said a word. He flashed us with that spotlight, circled around, and we're backing out of it. We'd been running about 85 or so. He jumped into that chicken coop, that last one down there, before you got into, oh hell, before you left state. What was that, Tennessee down there? I'd have to think about it a minute. But he pulled us over in there. Old mailman, he was all upset. Cause you know, he's going to lose a safety bonus. Hell, I didn't have no safety bonus. I got my logbook all caught up. I walked in there. He parked right by the door. I parked at the far end where I could see him coming, and I scribbled a line. Walked in there, and he's finishing writing the mailman a ticket. I laid my stuff up there, logbook, CDL, all the stuff for the truck and trailer. I knew he'd be an ass. He said, "Do you know what I stopped you for?" I said, "I got a pretty good idea, but you go ahead and tell me." And he said, "I got you doing 65 and a 55. And I said, "Oh, good." "What do you mean, oh, good?" I said, "I thought you got me going faster than that. I'm good with that." Old mailman, he kind of turned pale. Cop, he wasn't real happy. I did get a ticket. But if he'd caught me doing that 85, boy, I'd been under that jail. But see, there was only two of us. Well, we was hauling Ford parts back then from Detroit to Atlanta. And we'd all come out of there because, you know, it's a union plant up there. And they're lazy as hell until the last minute, and then they load everybody, and y'all pretty much leaving at the same time. We'd all be shooting the bull, getting to know each other during the day while you're waiting to get loaded. Time you start going, everybody knows where everyone's going. You know, all right, let's meet down such and such. We'd all pile in there and grab us coffee, whatever we needed, and away we'd go. Atlanta wasn't but a night's drive. See, now that was something else. On the Atlanta end, you wasn't supposed to go through town. Truck's supposed to take the loot. Well, we had a little warehouse that we delivered to most of the time. It was just barely outside the loop. So technically, you're supposed to take the loop. Well, the Ford plant was inside the loop. And that's where our paperwork always said was that Ford plant. So we'd all head there, and them city cops down there and everybody else, county, they'd try to harass us, but our paperwork, our bills of lading, said the Ford plant. So then some politicians got hold of them and had them start marking whether it was actually going to the Ford plant or going to that warehouse. That kind of sucked. Oh, been to Bristol many times. What was that other one over? Jessup? Been at Jessup a lot too. No good stories about it other than glad to get out of that damn place. That's a good place to have them run over your truck. what was that? Jessup, Maryland, I think. Ah, here comes Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
Hi.
She just woke up, and the killer dog's with her. And now y'all better behave. Well, yeah, Jay Ryder, that happens. He signed a contract. And if he dropped out, well, hell, even if they told him to leave, you signed a contract to pay that money, you're liable. I got the pork loin on in there. It's probably got 15 minutes or so to go. How's your headache?
They just called and said Crystal had sent my medications over.
Well, cool.
So I gotta call this Walmart.
Yeah, see if they'll transfer it. If not, I talked to Jesse earlier.
Oh, did you?
Saddle Tramp said, hi, good looking.
Hey, Saddle Tramp.
Cool chick. Any dangerous encounters in parking lots while you were trying to sleep in your truck? No, not nothing really dangerous. We've been bugged more than one time with lot lizards beating on the doors or drug dealers beating on the doors. Some of the pickle parks, it was some of the guys knocking on the doors. But no, nothing, no dangerous, scary encounters. A lot of that is picking your place to sleep. Yeah, I know, Tramp. You had her with you for years. She's the only reason you made any money out there. Oh. Oh, me, oh my. Fixing to have to run in there and check my stuff. No, Carlos. I told you it's a nocturnal asphalt reptile. Huh? Now, there was one more I used to have going with it. Nocturnal recreational asphalt reptile. That's what it was. Nocturnal recreational asphalt reptile. No, I didn't spend nights in the graveyard. You got scammed for an iPad up in Weatherford? That don't surprise me. Safest place to sleep, I guess. Oh, me, oh my. I did another one earlier for about an hour, and Jesse called, and I had to hang up. I was in there putting the roast on. Came out and got back on again. Well, I know it's about time. I did like an hour and a half on it at 350. All I did was season it up a little bit, wrap it up in foil, and throw it in there on the damn cookie sheet. I was lazy. It was 3.5 pounds, 20 minutes a pound. That's about 90 minutes. Papa Joe, you remember that one security guard that wouldn't stop talking to you while we were on live stream? Ha ha ha. Old boy wouldn't leave your window. I don't rightly remember it, Carlos, but it don't surprise me. And I've had many a truck driver come up to the window and wouldn't quit talking. Oh. Well, folks, I'm going to get off here and harass Grandma a little bit, her and her killer dog. Oh. Appreciate y'all coming in and visiting. There's another video we put up earlier. Go check it out. Make sure you join me Sunday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, with that, I'm going to remind you, good Lord loves you. So do we. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye. You want to tell them bye, Grandma?
Bye, everyone.
There you go.